What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. And with the NBA draft here, the Knicks did not make a pick. They made a trade. They made two trades. I don't think anyone knows exactly what's going on with the New York Knicks right now. But here on today's show, I will try to break down everything that's out there and going on. Because Woj, Shams, everybody else that covers the NBA has not put out anything about what the New York Knicks have done in the first round. But let's break down what happened first, at least for what we know. The Knicks were on the clock at pick number 11 after the Jade and Ivy sweepstakes went on. They were going to trade for him. They weren't trading for him. Then they traded for him, but then they didn't. And then this happened. The New York Knicks, they selected Ousmane Dieng with the number 11 overall pick. But then a trade happened. The Thunder called. They called Leon Rose and said, we'll give you multiple first-round picks. That's all the information we have on that deal. That could be 2 picks. That could be 3 picks. Who really knows? But then, this is when shit got crazy. The Knicks then made another trade, and we're not 100% sure that this graphic or these trade details are correct. We'll continue to update this. You guys on this is a very fluid situation. If something changes and something becomes concrete, set in stone, written in pen, I will be in the comment section updating you. But this is what it sounds like. The Knicks, they received cap space in a trade that sent Jalen Duren to the Detroit Pistons and Kemba Walker to the Detroit Pistons. The Hornets, they selected Jalen Duren, which he got rerouted to the Detroit Pistons, and it sounds like they got a first-round pick from Detroit in 2025, which was first from the Milwaukee Bucks, and it sounds like they also are getting 4 second-round picks, which are coming from the New York Knicks. This is a big cluster F word. I don't really want to say it. I don't want to get banned on YouTube, but we're going to try to keep you up to date and informed on everything that's going on. But before we get to more details, and we've got some tweets from some of the best beat reporters in the world, I want to ask you this question. What was your, just grade it. You can give me your one-word reaction to what's going on. You can grade the situation, whatever you want to do. Let me know, what was your one-word reaction to what's going on? For me, it's WTF. What the beep. Because seriously, I don't think anyone really knows. Some people said the Knicks attached a first-round pick to Kemba Walker to ship him off to Detroit to get rid of his $8 million salary. This is a salary cap play for New York. Once they didn't get their guy and Jade and Ivy in a trade with Detroit, they made a conscious decision to trade out of the draft, trade down, and save the money. Because if they would have picked someone at pick number 11, it would have costed the Knicks $4.5 million. The Knicks, they came into draft night $4.5 million over the salary cap. So by not making that pick, that then made them even. And we know they want to go all in on Brunson. But Fred Katz, he adds a little bit of context about what's going on. He said a big part of trading Kemba Walker, if the Knicks renounce Ryan Arcidiacono's cap hold and waive Taj Gibson, whose 2022 salary is non-guaranteed, they can save up or open up to $20 million of cap room. Why do the Knicks want to make cap space? Because they are all steam ahead. They have their mind made up. They want to go all in on Jalen Brunson and NBA free agency. Bobby Marks adds a little bit of context as well. He said the trade to Detroit now has New York with $104 million in guaranteed salary. The salary cap projects to come in at 122 though. So that means the Knicks have $18 million to spend in free agency. But just like Fred Katz just said, if they renounce Arcidiacono and cut Taj Gibson, they could have somewhat north of $20 million. Brunson reportedly is looking for $25 million per year. So I'm expecting another deal to happen for them to get to that figure. We're going to continue to break all this down. But look, maybe you just like the NBA draft hats that the Knicks got to wear. Maybe you want to rock it because the Knicks still do pick 42nd in the second round. You'll be able to wear this draft hat, the same one that he will be wearing. Just go to chatsports.com/NBA draft hats. That's chatsports.com/NBA draft hats. Ian Begley had this to say on the situation. He said Kemba Walker will be sent to the Pistons by New York in a deal that landed Jalen Duren in Detroit. If a deal is complete, New York sheds Walker's 2022 salary, but needs to essentially attach a first-round pick to it. So from what I'm seeing, they didn't actually attach a first-round pick to Kemba Walker. Let me check my Twitter to see if anything else came out. He is saying that because the Knicks reportedly are shipping out 4 second-round picks. He is saying that's equivalent to a first-round pick. This whole situation is crazy, so I just want you to spam in the comment section, WTF. Look, if more information comes out and the Knicks did have to attach a first-round pick to this, I am not a fan of this at all. It was time for Leon Rose to make a move. He's making moves. I'm just not sure it's the right move. It's going to be an interesting offseason, all offseason long for the New York Knicks. So make sure you're subscribed. Go down right now, hit that big red button, because when more information comes out, we're going to put out a video. We're also going to put a video out later today when the Knicks pick at 42, and then another video for the Knicks draft grades. And right there, I'm going to be going out with a lot of passion talking about what happened in this first round. But seriously, the Knicks, here at Knicks Now, we're putting out videos every single day. Hit that big red button. Help us get to 7,000 subscribers. I promise you, you won't regret it. I'm seeing this from Steve Popper right now. He says, sounds like one of the picks the Knicks were getting from OKC was the 2023 Denver first rounder, and it's going to Charlotte, along with the 2023 and 2024 second rounders. So this is getting crazy. So the Knicks are using one of the first round picks they got from Oklahoma City by trading down for when they selected Ousmane Dieng, and they're using that pick to shed Kemba Walker's $8 million salary. In my opinion, if you traded out of pick number 11 and added another first-round pick to Kemba Walker's deal to send him to Detroit to clear up just $9 million in salary cap space, and Jalen Brunson does not sign with the New York Knicks, Leon Rose should be fired. 100%, no doubt about it. Coop, feel free to come in on this double cam action. My producer, Jeffrey Cooperstein, he's a Mavs fan. He knows Jalen Brunson better than anybody. Let me know what you think about all this, Coop.
That's crazy, man. The Knicks are trying to wheel and deal and go all out for Jalen Brunson. I'm a big Jalen Brunson fan, but you're basically giving away all these assets to go after a player who may not sign with you, and he's a good player. He's top 50 player in the NBA. He's not a perennial all-star. So to do this and to give Brunson north of 25, maybe even 30 million a year, I think is a little crazy for the Knicks to do, but they've obviously identified him as their number one target going into 2022 NBA free agency. So it sounds like Leon Rose is in full pursuit of Jalen Brunson. They also hired Rick Brunson, his dad, as well as an assistant coach on Tom Thibodeau's staff. So it sounds like they're in full pursuit of Brunson.
So this is what it's looking like. The Knicks are trying to clear salary cap space, but if you gave up pick number 11, a pick that you got, first-round pick that you got in that deal, so that's 2 first-rounders. You only now have 1 first-rounder from trading down from 11, so 2 first-rounders, and you're going to pay Jalen Brunson $25 million per year. I would have been way more in the camp to give up multiple first-round picks, Cam Reddish, Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, somebody to go get Jaden Ivey. I know Brunson is good. He played great in the playoffs, averaged over 20 points per game. But is he ready to be the face of the franchise and be up to all the scrutiny he's going to be up for? Because the Knicks are moving and shaking the future to go get Brunson. Coop, talk me off the ledge. Talk all Knicks fans and give them some sense.
Man, I think you're right. I would have rather given up these kind of assets to go get a guy like Jaden Ivey, who you don't have to pay $30 million a year, and you can have more flexibility to make other moves in the future. I just don't get the idea of going after Brunson, who, like I said, I think could be a starting point guard in the NBA on a good team. I just don't get giving up your future or mortgaging all your future draft picks or assets to go after a guy who hasn't really proven himself as a number one option on a team. It doesn't make sense to me at all, unless the Knicks are really confident they're going to get Jalen Brunson.
They have to be 100% sure.
Yeah, and from everything it sounds like right now, the Mavs are still the favorites in land Brunson, although this maybe shakes that in the Knicks' favor a little bit, but it's still a lot of money.
If you don't have a wink, a nudge from Brunson, do you make this move? Leon Rose is too smart not to do this. It's just
Leon Rose is an agent, and look, he was Jalen Brunson's agent, and he was also Rick Brunson's agent, so he's got to know something, but it's mind-blowing to me.
My final thoughts as we wrap up out of here is you don't know for sure if Jalen Brunson is going to sign until he puts pen to paper on July 6th. Let's go back to 2010 when the Knicks traded. Sorry, the Knicks are not getting the number 30 pick from OKC tonight. We already knew that. This says the Knicks get 3 conditional first-round picks in the deal with the Thunder. So you get 3 picks, first-round picks, and you're shipping one of those in the Detroit Pistons deal. Yes, they are shipping one of those 3 first-round picks to Detroit. So you still have 2 first-round picks, but this is my point, and we'll get up out of here. In 2010, what did you do? You traded everybody on your roster. You cleared all the books to go out and sign LeBron James, Chris Bosh, or Dwayne Wade, or Amari Stoudemire. 2 of the 3. and it didn't work out. History repeats itself, and Leon Rose is trying to clear cap space to go and sign a maybe player, someone he doesn't have a hard yes from. I'm concerned, I'm worried, and as a Knicks fan, I do not feel good. But I'll do this before we get out of here. If you made it this far in the show, I know you're a real one. I know you bleed New York Knicks blue and orange. So type real one in the comment section so I can see who's rocking with us here at New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'll see you guys later once the Knicks make another pick in this draft.